Today, it is a talk that we actually don't usually do, where we focus on one person. But this specific person, which is the US President, Donald Trump, plays a major role in the world's economy. He makes decisions, he signs deals, he signs off whatever he wants to sign off. And that affects us negatively, or it may affect us positively. But in either way, what we are talking about today on EconoChat, Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman, is him saying, the President of the United States saying that he will bring inflation down. And the question is how? And that is why Mr. Daniel Steinman is here today to explain it to us, the possibilities, the maybe, how that can be done.
I spoke about the correlation between spikes in the price of crude oil and economic upheavals, recessions that started just after that, within a couple of months. I think the best example over the last 30, 40 years is the invasion of the Ukraine by Russia. That happened on the 24th of February 2023. So we are approaching now the second anniversary, 2 years of war in the Ukraine. And that, now remember, in COVID, everything imploded. So everything got down. For a very brief moment during the later part of COVID, crude oil was actually trading negatively. You had to pay people to take it off your hands. But that was like a day or two. And it came back very suddenly for a very basic reason. The thing that I've said many times, everything runs on energy. So if you can reduce the price of energy, obviously you will reduce the overhead cost of everything else. That is a fact. That can be proven. It's fairly empirical. The question, before I get to the how, the question that I want to consider is the why. Now, Mr. Trump is the most powerful person in the world. Make no mistake. Whether you like the Americans or not, whether you think they're all hillbillies in the Midwest, I said there's an American staying with us now for the last week or so. Last night he and I had a conversation, and I said, and what about the 200 million hillbillies in the Midwest? But he was affronted. Not because I referred to the hillbillies in the Midwest, because I said 200 million of the 330 million are hillbillies. I don't think they are. The point is, it doesn't matter what your opinion is of the American society or of American individuals. What matters is that Mr. Trump is the most powerful man in the world. And nothing is going to change that. And he's going to be in that position for the next 4 years. And if you look at how he started, how aggressively he started his tenure, with the signing of all those presidential orders, then you can expect that he will move things. And whether you support the MAGA movement, or whether you are a Democrat and you're a staunch opponent of the Republicans, all irrelevant. What is relevant for us is why you want to do it. And why you want to do it is because, and this is the weird thing, because you don't see it on mainstream television, and you don't see it on you have to go dig in YouTube if you want to see videos about poverty in America. And poverty in America amongst the ordinary American, black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, Asian, is pervasive. It is at the highest levels that it was for decades. And the moment that you have pervasive poverty, it's what we saw in Africa in 2009, cost of living. We had upheavals everywhere, many countries. So, and I've said this many times over the last 20 years, if you look at the very stark division in American society, 50-50 split, I mean, without splitting hairs, whether it's 51-49 or 52-48. It's not like in Namibia. In Namibia, it's very obvious that the political split is not really a split. The SWAPO is the main party, got the big majority, let's say 60% of all the support, and all the other groups have to share in the remaining 40%. Not the case in America.
Yeah.
You've got only two big political parties and they're 50-50.
Yeah.
So that fundamentally carries the potential for civil war. And 20 years ago, Americans wanted to kill me when I said that. And last year, or in the last 2 years, that possibility has frequently come up.
It has.
In public conversation in the United States. You know, that we just need a little flash in the pan to ignite the whole thing, and boom, there goes the country. So the question is why? The answer is very simple. He wants to reduce the cost of living for the ordinary American. And the way he wants to do it is by either bringing prices down or at least stabilizing prices. So minimal inflation. And when we come back, let's now talk. This is now the why. It's all about ordinary Americans. Let's then talk about how.
How?
Because nobody knows.
Okay.